You're watching Your Worst Friend, Going Deeper, Season 5. Today's guest, adult film legend Kianna Dior. Here's your hosts, Matt and Shane.
You're watching YWF Going Deeper, Season 5. I'm Matt, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Shane.
Hello.
Go to yourworstfriend.com to see all of our other interviews and follow us on social media at Worst Friend Cast. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by a very special guest. You might know her from such cinematic masterpieces as Date My Slut Mom 1, Throat Bangers 2, and POV Jugfuckers 4. She's an AVN Hall of Famer, and she's worked with everyone from Angela White to previous guest Gage. You can find her on Twitter and OnlyFans at Kianna_Dior and on Instagram at official KiannaDior. Check out her red gifts as well at KiannaDior. Ladies and gentlemen, join us in welcoming the seductive, the alluring, the incredibly busty Miss Kianna Dior.
Hi.
Kianna, thank you very much for joining us today. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we love you.
Pleasure's all here.
We will get into it later, but you have worked with some of the people that made Shane and I friends, actually, which is a strange thing to say, but we'll jump into that. Can we ask you right off the bat, how did you initially get into the industry?
Well, I started off stripping in Vancouver. And then I met Shay Sights and like stripping. And then, the rest is history. I just came down here to shoot maybe, some magazines to help my stripping career. Vancouver. And then I was like, what am I doing? This is way more fun.
We had Shay Sights on last season, actually, and we mentioned you because you guys have done so many scenes together, it seems like, throughout the years. And she had nothing but positive things to say about you and everything else. So awesome. What is it like when is that just she's a friend of yours, so you're comfortable jumping into scenes with them? Is that casting found you guys perfect every time together? Why do some performers do so many scenes with one person? Not in a negative way at all, by the way.
Yeah, I think in the beginning too, we were friends and stuff. So I was just comfortable to do that. And I just thought it was hot. We worked well together. And I mean, it's nice too, because some fans are still remember those videos and stuff. So it's really cool.
I was a big fan of Shay Sights back in the day, and Shane. When we first started the show, one of the first names Shane named off, he goes, "We got to try and get Kianna Dior on." I said, "No, that's too big. Like, we'll never be able to get Kianna Dior on the show. It's just not going to happen." And look, here we are, all these years later.
The pinnacle of success. I know.
Hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube, and we have found her. So I alluded to you worked with people that have helped get Shane and I together, and that kind of leads into my next question here. So you worked with Miko Lee back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Shane and I sat in the back of history class, and we would just he
knows where it's going.
Yeah. Freshman year of high school, we would sit there and just be like, "Oh yeah, blah, blah," and Shane would show me something like on his phone, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah." And we eventually came to the consensus Miko Lee was just that was all Shane and I ever wanted in a
partner.
In a partner. I was going to say a performer, but partner works as well. So
line's blurry for me.
You've also worked with Lily Tai, who Shane is a huge fan of, right? So when you're working with high-end, hardworking performers versus somebody who's like new to the industry or something like that, does it just make the shoot just go that much easier? Or is there some kind of fun in teaching newer performers, how the ropes go? Yeah, on a set.
It kind of depends. It kind of depends on their vibe. Like generally, sometimes I kind of prefer people that have been around for a little while because, you know, you don't feel like, oh my God, are they, even though you talk about it first, you know, like I don't want to like offend them. Like this is like what we do. But you know, it just kind of depends, you know, or if like they're new and are really like eager and like and into it, then it's fun too, you know. Like I shot with Damien Daysky when he was brand new, and he was look at him now, and he was so shy and quiet. I was like, is that kid gonna get off the phone?
Look what you did to him.
Yeah, you made him a pro.
Like, whoa.
Can you see that in a moment? Can you see like this guy's gonna be good someday? I mean, you've been in the industry long. Go ahead. Sorry.
With him, definitely. And he is like sweet as pie, such nice manners, and listened, did what he told, you know, like when you show people things sometimes like, okay, I want to, you know, do this. And then they just go do their own thing. Like, you know, he was actually trying and listening. And I was like, right on. Okay.
So that's kind of a necessity to make it like, I mean, for male and female talent in the industry, right? I mean, you kind of have to take direction and not come in knowing everything right off the bat, right?
Yeah, or you know, you want to, you know, you always want to bring your own flavor, but when they're paying you to do a job, you do, you know,
give them what they ask for.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't know, maybe they're going for something, you know, like a certain look, or they want, I don't know, maybe the lighting's like held together with duct tape and you can't move your that way. I don't know, you know. So you just, you know, do a thing.
So was there any nerves from jumping from stripping to putting it on film back in the day, or video, whatever it was? Did you have, I guess you started what, 99, I believe?
Yeah, I mean, I was stripping in the late 90s. I know I went through this whole thing because I was like, I didn't do any porn in the late 90s, but then somebody was actually Captain Jack. He looked it up for me and it was like, I did, but it wasn't sex. I guess maybe I was doing something naked on video. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense to me.
So what was it like shooting in the early 2000s on a major set versus shooting on a major set nowadays? How has it changed? How's the industry grown? How have the people interacted differently? And do you prefer one or the other?
I would say from like back then, I kind of felt like it was more like of a tighter family, or you just kind of like knew everybody a little, like you kind of knew everybody. So that's like a cool thing. I mean, there's like definitely pros and cons to then and now. I mean, thank goodness, like for OnlyFans, so you're not like stuck in, like if some director doesn't like you, then you're not working or something. I mean, you can just, you know, work and be as successful as you want now. Like you don't have to play that company game. I mean, it's good and bad, you know?
So does that happen? And obviously no names, do people get blackballed like from working with certain directors or producers or this and that? Like they just don't want that anymore, maybe?
Yeah, or I think maybe, I mean, I don't know if you can really get blackballed from porn. It has to be pretty.
Sure.
Because I've seen some, I'm like, oh, but maybe, you know, like they don't want to hire you, or they're just like salty at you, kind of.
Right. So it's not like a
job, shitty call time or whatever. Also.
Oh, that's a great question. I never thought of that. Do you have, because I assume they, well, no pun intended, they bang out multiple scenes in a day in a location. Is there like favorable call times versus non-favorable call times?
Well, for me, I mean, I would prefer to get there like in the morning and start. I mean, like before, yes, there was multiple scenes throughout the day, but not so much now. It's like, so I would like to get there in the morning because like I really didn't sometimes those days are like really long. So if you're like sitting around all day, like in makeup, it's like, okay, it's 12 midnight. You've been here since 7,
Oh.
let's get it on. Like, poor guy.
Well, look, I mean, if you're on the other end of the couch, I'm not going to feel sorry for the guy.
Pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
You wanted this job, buddy.
Yeah. So we talked to like Trinity St. Clair told us she actually preferred working back in the early 2000s on major sets because she said there was almost like you said, like more of a sense of community, but also like people just willing to help each other out and this and that. And now she said, in a way, it feels so commercial on a major set that it's almost like there's a disconnect between it. Like you said, someone's on their phone or someone's this and that. But I would say it's definitely, maybe I'm wrong and correct me if I'm wrong here. It seems like OnlyFans has given you female performers the ability to leverage that again. Like you no longer necessarily need to be on this website's set that day. So they need you more than ever, I would assume.
I like to do both.
Sure.
I mostly shoot for myself. But I like going on set. It's good to get your name out there too.
Sure. And that's
editing. Like they do it. I just like, I can just show up and have sex. I don't have to worry about the lighting. I'm not running around doing paperwork. I was like, so.
That's a good point. Yeah. Like, when you do the work yourself, like, OnlyFans or whatever, like that's self-promotion stuff. It's not just that. It's also self-lighting, doing your makeup, finding a set, finding a partner. Like, yeah, it does have to be like kind of a relief every once in a while to not have to do all that on your own.
Yeah. I mean, I like it though too, but sometimes it's nice to not have to worry about, okay, what am I going to wear? I get set up my makeup, what kind of scenario I should do. Sometimes it's just nice to, they're just going to take care of it.
Sure.
Totally.
It's a spa day gangbang is what it is. Yeah.
I like doing it, but it's nice. I've always had like the attitude of like, I just didn't want to always just do one thing. I like to do like different things, like, or have little scenarios and stuff like that. So I just didn't want to be like a machine, just turn into like, I'm just gonna, have sex and like I always wanted to keep it fresh and exciting.
Does it get hard to keep coming up with scenarios and characters and costumes and all this stuff?
After 20 years, yeah. But somehow that's why I think I love doing the Gooner stuff too. Because it's like in my alley and it's kind of like, it's different and it's fun and I get to be crazy and I always already got a bunch of cum on me anyway. So just add more.
That's actually that's a term I just learned that's going to come up later. We have some fan questions coming up for you. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to dive too deep into that. But you mentioned something there, facials. You seem like from the clips I've seen, you're the queen of facials. Is that?
I've heard that before.
Reigning champion.
My slogan is like home of the huge facials.
Now, for girls out there who may be listening, just your, average girl, who may want to do facials more, but is scared. And I'm not talking directly to my wife as she listens to this, but scared it's going to be too sticky, scared it's going to, burn their eyes, blah, blah, blah.
Ruin their makeup.
Oh, the makeup one is like, we're done at the end of this, bud. Like, what are you worried about the makeup for? We're not going to a dinner afterwards. What advice can you give to girls who are interested in diving into the cum trade, but have not, who have fears of what's going to happen? Is there any advice you can give?
Or you just got to let it go.
I think that's advice for the guy, though, more than the girl, right? Just let it go.
Yeah, let it go is good guy advice. Yeah.
Everything. So like, fuck it. Let it.
Maybe the first time you try with glasses.
Yeah. I mean, I was just never scared of it. I never thought of it like that. But I mean, yeah. And sometimes it does sting your eyes, but not for long.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like the fun outweighs all that.
It's a good sting.
It keeps your skin nice.
Does it really? Like, I've always heard that rumor. I figured that was college guys who came up with the statistical analysis on that.
Oh, no, dude, that's a true story, man. My wife used to work at a makeup counter, and this old lady used to come in and she would buy makeup, but she wouldn't buy any skin cream. And my wife would be like, hey, how do you have such nice skin? You're an old fucking lady. You're like 90 something, but your skin looks amazing. You don't buy any skin shit. And she's like, oh, no, I got a young boyfriend and I let him come all over my face, Kept her young.
Yeah.
Not even just like the actual cum, it's just having fun, having sex. It's just keeping young.
I've never thought of that before. Maybe that produces collagen or something. You feel your face comes up good,
Yeah.
because of that.
And like, your partner is happy. I mean, okay, so you don't have to do it all the time, but like what, if it makes them happy and it's, it's getting your partner all crazy, like why not?
Why not? You hear that,
Yeah.
Jen? Why not? Okay. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, don't get me into trouble now.
Kianna said, look, it's good for your skin. Okay. That's what she told me. Okay. You're listening. You're a producer, so you're listening to this right now. It's good for your skin, please.
She's not the editor, so it's just like a clip. It's a sound bite. It's a reel.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it the social media clip and tag my wife in it.
Yeah.
Let all her friends and family see that. So you said something interesting there. You said you've been in the industry for 20 years. You've taken on the MILF persona, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just happy with it? Do you enjoy that persona?
Yeah, it's just like a tag word
Sure.
or something. I don't know. Did you ever hear of the original MILF Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, I have. Yep.
That
I'm sorry. You cut out there for a sec. What was that?
the MILF Hunter, the
Mhm.
original Hunter. So that was like maybe 15 years ago or something. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
everyone have a fan. It's like I first discovered you in the original MILF Hunter. I thought it was pretty cool.
It's definitely. I remember MILF Hunter was along with Mike's Apartment. There was a whole umbrella. I don't know who they eventually became, but yeah, I remember all that. That was good stuff. So, but you've been in these. Go ahead. What was that?
Back in the day.
Now, look, I have no problem with porn nowadays, and I at all, none. You still produce some really great stuff out there, folks. And OnlyFans, I think, is amazing. The power and ability it gives to girls. But there's some nostalgia I get when I think back to those mid 2000s, some of the sites that were out,
yeah.
real janky looking. If you go back and look at them nowadays,
One color background. Yeah.
Yeah, just good stuff.
Just solid blue.
I miss some of that stuff.
And black text on solid blue background,
Sure.
That's what I remember.
So you said you've been in the industry for 20 years.
Yeah.
Is there anything that makes you feel uncomfortable when shooting with a guy that's, say, younger than the amount of years you've been in the industry?
Yeah, kind of like at first I was like, oh my God, okay, I don't want to be with anybody too young or younger than my brothers or something. And I was like, but I was like, they're of age and, as long as they act mature.
Mature for being on a set. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, them I do teach.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, well, I like that. Yeah, that's the kind of teaching I was asking about earlier, I think,
Okay, I thought, yeah, okay, yeah.
I think Matt wanted to know about girls, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what but yeah,
Okay.
like cubs. I call them cubs.
Cubs. That's cute. That's adorable.
Comes.
Comes.
UMBS.
Because I think now when I was in like my mid 20s and you'd see a girl who's like 18, 19, you'd be like, yeah. I'm at 35 now and I'm seeing 18, 19-year-olds. And I'm personally like,
I'm offended at myself. I know.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Something
I'm like,
just
don't have the thought. Yeah.
Something feels so young about them. Now, we're not talking about porn stars because they have a more mature outlook on things. But sometimes when I see like an 18 or 19-year-old girl nowadays, I'm like, I feel too old for that. You're telling me I'm not.
Own projection. You did.
KiannaDior told me, Jen, that I can hook up with 18 and 19-year-olds.
Come on an 18-year-old's face. She said.
I did not say that.
I'll cut it that way.
So let me just ask you, this is a general question, not about anyone specific or anything like that. But have you noticed over the 20 years you've been in porn, has porn made your sex that you have in your personal life more enjoyable or less enjoyable than maybe it was before? Like, I think about, I worked at a movie theater, and movie theater popcorn fucking ruled, right? Until you're around it all day, every day. And then someone goes like, you want some movie theater popcorn? You're like, yeah, I mean, I'll eat some, but like, so just, if you've had personal relationships through your 20 years, have you noticed that working in the porn industry has made your sex in your personal life more interesting, less interesting?
Both,
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, I think like personal, like at home kind of sex is also nice too, because like it's also nice sometimes like you don't have like the camera rolling.
Sure.
So you like relax a little bit, or it's like probably not sexy. You're like, oh my God, you gotta stop. I have a cramp or something.
Yeah, I would say like a good 50% of the sex I have is just adjusting.
Just moving around awkwardly.
Yeah, like hold on. Can you get your leg? Hold on. All right. You know what? I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Let me ask you this question. We've asked this to other girls before, and if the answer is no amount, that's totally fair too. Okay.
Here it comes. I can tell by your gestures. I hear the.
And if it's no amount, that's fine. How much for Shane and I to be able to suck on your fingers? I'm just kidding. That's not the question. Well, you've worked with Miko Lee, so I mean, I'm
Lily Ty,
residue. Yeah.
And Mika Tan. I noticed you had.
Oh yeah, we love Mika Tan.
I love Mika Tan.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, what would it
smell
take?
Her upper lip.
What?
I said instead of your fingers, we'd have to smell your upper lip.
Oh. You're crazy.
Let me ask you, what would it take, if there's anything at all, to get you out of the adult entertainment industry? Would it be, what would somebody, male, female, whoever your partner would be, what would they have to provide either emotionally, sexually, or financially to get you, KiannaDior, to go, yeah, I don't need to work in the industry anymore. I'm happy with this.
It's funny because I was actually thinking about that today, because I was always, some girls say, oh, I'm gonna retire, then they're back in 3 months, and that's fine too. I mean, life happens. So when I announce my retirement, I'm hoping just to be completely retired. But, with the OnlyFans, I'm kind of just feeling like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I could either just completely quit and disappear, but I kind of don't feel that because I've actually become friends over the years with a lot of my friends. So I kind of feel like, because you can chat and stuff. Like I've actually made some friends on my OnlyFans, like chatting and stuff over the years. So I don't know. I think it's just honestly going to be my decision when I feel like it. Like I don't really need anybody to provide me anything, or I'm pretty self-sufficient.
Totally cool. Yeah,
Well,
I get that.
I think like once you make, unless you really haven't thought it through, once you make the decision to dive into this line of work, you probably have already self-assessed yourself as a pretty resolute person, somebody who can figure out the circumstances,
Yeah, I mean, just like in life, sometimes like everything just isn't like a straight shot. I mean, there's
Sure.
wow, this is great, and like, okay, not so great, like, oh, it's a bit of a rocky road right now, but it's all good.
And you adapt.
Yeah, you adapt.
Mhm.
What have you seen girls? What is the number one cause for why girls not get out of the industry, but again, no names here, fail out of the industry? Is it just they're not organized? And we'll put aside like sad things like drug problems or whatever it is. But like, why will a girl? Is it just an unwillingness to like accept work early on? Why would a girl who comes in, oversleep, not being able to keep a schedule, when a girl comes into the industry, what could lead to her almost failing out in a sense out of the mainstream industry? Because we actually have a lot of new performers that listen to our show. We do a separate show called Brand New Faces where we bring on like OnlyFans girls and this and that. And I've noticed a lot of them listen to this. So if you could just possibly give advice on a new girl and what she needs to do to stay in the industry if she's trying to do mainstream things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would definitely, keep your nails and your hair nice. Definitely like be on time, get tested when you're supposed to be tested. I mean, it's just pretty common sense.
Sure.
What about,
enjoy sex, everybody's like, oh, hey, but we are selling sex, so try and get down.
Yeah, for sure. So you think, especially because we've also talked to a lot of girls who've been in the industry for a while who not become jaded to it, but almost feel like they're kind of like, this is mechanical, I'm going in. They still put on a great performance. I will never criticize a girl's performance either way, but still put on a great performance. But you think you need to have that gusto for sex coming into the industry, right? You have to really want to do this.
I mean, it would make it a lot more enjoyable. I mean, you could be like super hot and still probably do really well, but I don't know, like sometimes too, it's nice to have like a sexual aura. You can just kind of tell sometimes. I mean, becoming like mechanical. I mean, that's why I always like kind of like switched it up. Like, okay, I'm getting a little tired of doing just blowjobs. Well, let's add some tits, or like, let's, do some fetish, or come back to the blow bang, and then I'll go do, So,
sure. Keep it spicy. You might as well,
tits
right?
To the blow bang.
Try to keep it interesting for myself.
Shane, do you have a question? I just feel bad like stepping all over you.
So I read that, I mean, I guess you can confirm if it's true or not. I read that you might be writing a book. Is that true?
No.
Oh, no? Oh, I read it on, I guess it was on one of those, what is it? Not the Wikipedia, but like, what is that one? It's like Fanopedia or something like that. I read it on one of those, but I guess you're not. Well, I guess that's annihilates my second question. But I did
thought about it though.
Really? Yeah. You have enough.
Did you think it was too boring at the end? Because that's what I would think. Anytime I've tried to write a book, I would just be like, not that your story's boring, just the act of sitting down and writing a fucking book. Why? I can just jump on a microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, ghostwriters, right? So
Yeah. But then you got to have them killed off so you can just write your name on it.
Yeah. You have to find a ghost to write a book for you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's what a ghostwriter is.
That's not what that is.
No. What was the second part of your question that fell on its face?
I was going to ask if she is in fact writing a book, if it's like a novel or an autobiography or what kind of book. But you already said like books are for nerds, so
that's what Matt said.
Oh.
What you hear that, Jen? KiannaDior hates books. That's why I don't have to read them. Sorry, I'm just talking to my wife. What kind of book would you write if you were going to write a book, though?
That's a good question. Like maybe some of my experiences, but then I'm like, can't be bothered.
See, can't be bothered is fair. I thought you were going to say like no one would be interested. Everyone would be interested, by the way.
I'd be interested. Yeah. I'd
For
probably be
sure.
more interested reading about all these scenes I remember from the past, because it's like now I'm older. I have more of a taste for literature, a more respect for the written word. So it's like, you know, I could sit in my old man chair, smoke a pipe, wear loafers, a robe, and I could read these detailed descriptions and picture these scenes I've seen so many times, but like from your POV, like
Yeah,
I like that idea.
it's a good idea. Actually, since you mentioned like porn from like way back, do you know David Christopher Pussy Man videos?
Yeah, I remember the Pussy Man videos. I didn't remember his name. Yeah.
All that. He's from back in, even from New York, back when the mafia used to run it. So he's been around forever. But he wrote a book, and I think it's been out for like a couple years. So
I haven't seen Pussy Man in my local bookstore. Yeah.
Damn, how boring.
Yeah,
I know.
I'll have to order it on Amazon, I guess.
What a boring nerd bookstore Shane goes to. Yes, ma'am, I'd like to know what section the Pussy Man books are in.
It's a whole series.
Yeah.
The Pussy Man mysteries.
It was so lifting the girls. So like even like way back when, even from like the porno mafia days, it was always about like pussy worship. And I mean, he was amazing to me because like when I was new, he would always, I'd go to his set and he would always like have something like a new adventure for me. So I'd go on these, that's like, it would just, like, oh, wow, this girl can fuck herself with this huge toy. And I've never seen like that, I'm talking about like big, just all sorts of stuff. It was so fun.
Sexual excursions.
Or for me today.
What was the wildest thing you think you've ever shot? If it stands out in your mind at all.
See that, and it's like, God, I've done so much stuff over 20 years. I mean, my favorite thing is probably like flying to Tokyo and doing a bukkake. I mean, I love that.
I do too.
Yeah,
big
we
fan.
very much enjoy your bukkakes.
Yes.
I only done one.
Yeah, but some of the loads you take are so big that I'm like, oh, that's the same as about 3 guys.
Yeah, it counts.
The blow bangs, right? But like I wanted to frickin' do it right.
You did it official. You followed protocol and everything, it seems like.
It's like you could get a tattoo here in the United States with a needle gun or whatever, or you could go to Japan and they could stamp you with the little mallet.
But sometimes, like in the blow bangs, I was like, usually I always get enough cum, but I guess I am kind of cum greedy. I was like, they could have done better. Or I'll ask them like, how many days did you save? Like, that guy worked yesterday and he's here today. Like, I didn't want to deal with any of that. So off to Tokyo we go.
How long? Now, is there a standard protocol on save up or no? Like how many days a guy should be saving up?
Well, like in the porn industry, like sometimes, if they're working like day to day to day, I don't think you have like I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying usually the cum shot's better, if it's not like every day, like they got to do what they got to do, but.
Sure. Understandable.
I found
These are a week. I mean, I love it.
I mean, saving it up definitely works.
What?
What's that?
Get those balls full.
Oh yeah, if they don't hurt first, like if you're not going into the experience when they hurt, then what are you doing? You're wasting your time, But I've noticed that saving it up does help with volume, yes. But what always generates an enormous, thick, mucusy load for me is just like mental stimulation. It's like if you're like really into it, I can really produce volume. But if I'm not enjoying myself, I'm just trying to, finish up so I can go watch American Dad. It's usually just dust.
Dust. Wow.
But that's, more added incentive, for female talent, to make that. Did you say for the anal gland?
No, like edging.
Oh yeah, that too. Yes. But I was going to say, like, for the female talent, if it's like if you're really good on set, like really good at playing the part, that'll probably help you get a more, voluminous facial.
Mm-hmm. I'm about it. So
yeah.
Sometimes I have like if those balls are like really heavy and swollen, I think, oh yeah, I'm gonna lick them. Oh yeah.
And that's the social media clip.
There you go. It's so great though, and I'm like I said, I'm a big fan of the facial personally. But it's so great because you have the best excuse ever if you didn't want to do facials. You're like, I mean, look at these. Who wouldn't want to finish on these right here, right? Yeah, there you go. And it's like, Kianna's a trooper here. She's like, no, right here. Pop right next to the eye. And I appreciate that. What was that? You cut out there. What was it?
No, I go, especially like if it's a good load.
Sure. You don't want to waste that.
Yeah, it's I like the visual of it starting on the face and then running all the way down the entire, like, from the chest to the tits all the way down, like maybe all the way to the belly button, and it's still just one consistent whole load.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
nice.
Like that drip. I know, it's sexy as fuck. I love it.
Shane, do you want to ask your fan question, and then I'm going to go into the actual fan questions here?
Oh, I guess I should know, but I mean, on a personal level, like, do you like piss?
Like on me or on the other person, or
just in general? Like, are you down for piss play?
I mean,
like,
I've done it, yeah, both ways.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's just kind of a chore, huh?
Well, I would prefer it to be like at a hotel or something. I don't want my house to smell like a urinal, but
that's fair. I mean, it makes sense. So if you go to a hotel for a weekend, you might be down for enjoying some pee. All right, that's cool.
Or getting a tit fuck. Oh wait, and getting pissed on at the same time. That'd be kind of cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Shane's eyes just got as big as Kianna's chest on that one. All right, let's do some fan questions here. So the fan questions we pull from Reddit when they allow us to comment on a specific person's thing. You have a voracious fan base. I don't know if that's the right adjective, but these people love you on there. As soon as I said, hey, I'll be interviewing Kianna, is there any fan questions I can put together? I mean, 50 comments in the first hour and just people blowing it up. Oh my God, ask her this. Oh, ask her this.
Does she like calm?
Yeah,
yes.
Well,
she likes calm.
Yeah. Yeah, that question came up quite a lot. Wait, you cut out again one more time. What was that? 4 what?
I got like 4 good cum trays, like 4 favorite cum trays.
Ask a Porn Star. Presented by Your Worst Friend Going Deeper.
All right. This is our first question from Joseph Son 45. Do you like getting titty fucked?
Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah. That's an easy question. I mean, I've done tit bangs. I don't know if anybody else has done that.
I wouldn't watch anyone else's except yours, Kianna.
That's why I heard of tit bangs. Yeah.
Question number 2. This is from Team Rocket Coom. Do you enjoy the title MILF, and what has been your experience navigating the title of being a MILF performer in the industry?
Yes, of course I enjoy being a MILF. I love it because I feel like you're more, you know yourself better, sexually, just, you know, I don't even know like what else to say to.
No, just yes, that's fine. You're good.
I'm womanly. It's where I'm at.
Yeah, you still look great. Yeah, you know. Question number 3. This is from Sato_X. Have you ever been recognized in public, and if so, any funny stories?
Yes, I have been, and I don't really know if they're funny stories because usually all the guys that have come up to me have been like super sweet, and you know, they just want a picture or something, and yeah, that's fine.
That's reassuring.
Have you ever seen any of those videos when someone will run up to someone and be like, "Can I get a picture with you?" And they go, yeah. Like, what album do you like? And they're like, "I don't know who you are. I just want a picture with you." Have you ever had where like multiple people are taking pictures with you, and then some random like middle-aged woman comes up and she's like, "Can I get a picture with you? What are you famous for?" And you're like, "Well, you ever see a sticky face before?
You ever heard
That's
of a
mine."
tit bang?
Actually, it was because one time I was in Hawaii at Christmas. I was like in this Victoria's Secret Santa outfit, and I was like, it was Christmas Day, and I was partying, like having all sorts of fun. And this older lady came up, and she had to have her picture taken with me. Like I was in a pink little Victoria's Secret, like with the frills around it, like falling out everywhere. Like,
oh yeah. That's my favorite new trend is when they let a little lip show, you know.
Do they?
I'm noticing it more and more slipping by on Instagram and in Vicky's Secret promotional images and stuff. There's a lot more lip print.
Interesting. Okay. Because like those catalogs back in the day, that was like the jerk off material for guys, right? Yeah.
It's coming back. Yeah, making a comeback. Yeah.
I got a question here. This is from baby_malice. What does cum taste like to you?
Well, you know, it depends. Like I've been getting into doing like prostate massages too. So like that cum is actually, it's a little different. I think it's sweeter. It's like heavier. You know, so there is a difference from like a regular cum shot to like, you know, a prostate cum shot.
Sure. Fix your diets, gentlemen. Fix your diets.
I'm gonna check on that.
And this one, last question here is from OC Asian 92. What's one style or fetish that you like shooting that doesn't come up as much as you want it to? And why do you like that style or fetish?
I mean, they all kind of come up, but my latest one is being like my gooner stuff that we mentioned. But you know, it's like it's doing really well. I don't really have anything that's not. I mean, I just do what I enjoy. That is one thing that you have to, I think is like good advice for the young girls too, is like, you know, doing something that you enjoy, because like a lot of times fans or some people, they don't understand. And, you know, they're giving you like a list of things to do. And it's like, okay, you cannot make everybody happy. You have to do like what you want to do too. Because it just, you know, it also comes across that you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, you can't fulfill every fetish for everyone, but if you're good at something and you like something, there's definitely going to be an audience for it sexually. That's just how it is.
Yeah, and I think if you're having a good time, then
who cares?
Sure.
Exactly.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up today with Miss Kianna Dior. Remember, please go follow her on Twitter at Kianna_Dior. Sign up for her OnlyFans. You know we always advocate pay for your porn at Kianna_Dior. These are performers. You wouldn't go see a baseball game for free. Okay. You wouldn't go see a play for free. I wouldn't go see a play at all, but you wouldn't do any of that stuff. So I need you to go and pay for your porn with these folks here, and follow her on Instagram at official Kianna Dior and her Red Gifts account, Kianna Dior. Ladies and gentlemen, Kianna Dior, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I had a good time.
There you go.
It was a blast.
For your worst friend, I'm Matt.
I'm Shane.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.